Let me call the kitchen.
Yeah, that's the way. That's how you want it.
Then you just have to wait till you might be done.
You know, there's a little part of me that feels a tad responsible for all this, General.
Well, you weren't the one pushing over buildings, Betty.
No, but the way I've been treating Bruce, talking to him like dirt, flirting with Freddie Prinz, I really feel like I was the one who pushed him over the edge. Now, when I see him locked up in this holding unit he designed, doped up to the eyeballs and trying to recover from all those broken bones he picked up as the Hulk, I'm just staggered to think that someone could want me so much he'd do this to himself.
Yeah, well, my big question is how hard you and your PR people can spin this debacle into something that doesn't make the Ultimates look like a gaggle of retards, honey.
Oh, come on now, Nick, that's easy. Just hush up the Bruce Banner connection, and all your little super people here go down in history as the heroes who saved Manhattan.
How am I feeling? Well, my ribs are cracked, my nose is broken, and left arm seems to have been dislocated, but it's nothing that shouldn't fix itself in a day or two, ma'am.
Was I scared fighting the Hulk? To tell you the truth, I was shaking like a leaf, my dear. If it wasn't for the fact I downed a few glasses of the old Dutch courage at a wine tasting this evening, I honestly think I might have called in sick.
Oh, don't worry about Giant Man, Oprah. I'm delighted to say that husband of mine is going to be just fine. It might be a few weeks before he can do another height multiplication, but I think his ego took more of a beating than anything else back there.
You know, I really can't tell you how fabulous it is to see you boys again. That fight with the Hulk a few weeks back was one of the most exhilarating experiences of my life. Have you watched the Shield tapes yet? Did you see the part where Cap drops the tank on him? Or where I'm hammering Banner into Grand Central Station? My God, no wonder they've sold 15 million copies of the DVD. It's spectacular.
You think people would still be shelling out their cash if they knew the Hulk was really Bruce Banner, Stark?
Oh, don't be such a spoilsport, Cap. Okay, so the public relations people glossed over a few details. We still saved the city, didn't we? All people want to hear is that they can sleep softly under their down comforters again. Do you really want to kill that feel-good factor over a tiny technicality?
No, but I do want to register the fact that I'm really not amused by all this.
Point noted, Mr. Rogers. Point noted.
What are all the boxes for, Tony? Are you moving house?
Oh no, absolutely not, Thor. I bought this place for my dear old mother with the very first million I ever made, my friend. I wouldn't sell it for all the tea in China. I'm just in the middle of a decluttering exercise. It's a concept I read about in an in-flight magazine where you throw out everything you don't actually use as a means of spring cleaning the subconscious mind. You wouldn't believe the crap you accumulate when you're a booze-friendly billionaire. Picassos, G.I. Joes, World War II memorabilia, Captain America trading cards, all sorts of shit.
They made trading cards about me?
All gone to charity now, I'm afraid. I think I gave them away with the Fabergé eggs and the vintage Playboys, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, just a shame you couldn't bear to part with your late mother's old evening wear when you were taking part in this new age nonsense. Hey, Master Tony.
Oh God, here we go again. I thought this was your night off anyway, Jarvis. Aren't you supposed to be going to the club tonight with Alfred and all those other old degenerates?
Oh, but I canceled the moment I heard who you were entertaining, Master Tony. Even the club can't compete with a super soldier and an Asgardian god.
Oh, for God's sake, Hank. I thought you said you weren't going to work tonight. You know you're always spaced out and grumpy if you stay in the lab this close to a night out.
To be honest, I think I'm going to skip that thing at Stark's place, Janet. I told Fury I'd meet him later in the week and talk about the Ant-Man helmet, and I really want to finish it up.
Come on, Hank, that's hardly an emergency. If you're trying to make up for the way things panned out against the Hulk, you're just being silly.
Don't patronize me, Jan. God, why do you always do that when you know it drives me absolutely nuts?
Are you at least going to tell me I'm looking nice?
You don't want me to tell you what you look like. Are the push-up bra and high heels for Roger's benefit or for Tony Stark's, by the way?
Don't be horrible!
Well, what do you expect? There's a picture of you with your tongue down Captain America's throat in every newspaper in the world. You've turned me into a laughingstock. He wouldn't be flirting with you if he knew who you really were. I'll tell you that for nothing.
And what's that supposed to mean?
Oh, let's see. Asian, 5'3", a molecular freaking biologist, a mutant, you idiot. I wonder if he'd still have the hots for you if he saw you eating caterpillars and beetles, or hiding in your little larval nest when all the mutant hysteria was going on a while back. Do you think they'd all find you so special and pretty if they were the one waking up every 6 weeks to find eggs in their beds? Because that's what I've got to deal with, Jan, and your personal hygiene makes me sick to my stomach sometimes.
I didn't see you complaining when you took the credit for these powers and got that big shield pay raise, Hank. I didn't see you complaining when you used my blood samples to jumpstart your stupid giant man formula.
What are you implying, you little witch? That I couldn't come up with that formula on my own?
Oh, you're such the polymath, aren't you? It's not enough that you're the cybertronics expert, but you have to be the world authority on supergenetics now too, right? Well, let's see how many super soldiers you create which don't involve getting big, getting small, or telling ants what to do through a helmet, jackass. Bruce Banner was twice the Gene Man you'll ever be, and you know it, mister.
Oh, no. Oh, God, Jan. I'm sorry, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby, please, just let me...
Get your filthy hands off of me.
So what's all this Son of Odin stuff about anyway, Thor? Are you really the genuine article? Or just a big scary man with a hammer?
Oh, very much the genuine article, Tony. I've known who I was since I was 12 years old, but it wasn't until my nervous breakdown that everything became clear to me. I am God-made man, the living incarnation of a Norse thunder deity sent here by my father in Valhalla to purify the earth again.
You think we need to be purified?
Take a look around you, Captain. Your whole world is being bled dry while your people grow dull-eyed and hypnotized by reality TV and PlayStation 2. I'm here to wake you all up again, before mankind sleepwalks their way into oblivion.
Don't you think joining the Ultimates could provide a useful platform to get that message out there, Thor?
No. Joining the Ultimates would be condoning every reprehensible action taken by the wretched military-industrial complex who pay your wages, Tony. I'm not interested in the money, the glossy magazines, or the shallow superstar lifestyle you've been offered to risk your lives for a corrupt ruling class. That said, you know I'm always just a phone call away if there's a genuine problem that threatens people's lives.
Great.
What do you mean by that, Captain?
This way we get you for free, soldier.
Ow! You broke the skin, you moron!
Drop dead.
Hey, come on. No powers, no powers!
Says who?
Ow!
Oh no.
Oh, yes. How does that feel, Jan? Is that burning your skin? I bet it feels like napalm or something. Hey, where are you going? Get back here and finish what you started. Don't think I can't get you because you're hiding under a big heavy desk. I am a really smart guy, remember?
Hank, you're out of your mind. Stop this now before it goes any further. I'm sorry, okay? I was just being stupid. I realize now I should never have started this.
Oh, excuse me? Does anyone hear a funny little voice that sounds like Jiminy Cricket with a mouthful of helium?
Hank!
You shouldn't have made me look so small, Jan. You shouldn't have made me look so small.
So what about you, Tony? Why did you decide to get involved in all this madness? Does membership in a super team qualify you for some kind of corporate tax dodge?
Unfortunately not, Thor.
I think it's got something to do with the girls. Is that what your angle is here, Tony? Is this Iron Man thing all some big scam to impress the dames?
No, not this time, I'm afraid, Cap.
So what is it?
You really want to know? Okay. I've got a brain tumor, boys. About the size of a golf ball, right here at the back of my head, and the doctors seem to think it's inoperable.
Is this a joke?
How long do you think you have, Tony?
Anywhere between 6 months and 5 years, according to the specialist. Hence giving all my things to charity, hence risking my life every day, hence trying to make the world a better place, and so on and so on. Sorry to drop it on you like that, boys.
It's okay, we asked.
Well, that seems to have killed the atmosphere stone dead. Jarvis, could you please pop a pin in this embarrassing silence and bring me the gift I found for Captain America?
What? What are you doing buying me a present, Stark?
Oh, it's just one of those crazy odd collectibles I'm getting rid of, Rogers. I'm sure it would look a lot better in your humble home than it ever did in mine.
Where did you get this?
A fat middle-aged woman called Ellen Kowalski. She told me her father brought it home from the war, and that it once belonged to the bravest man he ever knew.
Oh my god, I don't know what to say.
Well, just say you'll join me in a toast, Steve. Toasts are always fun, mainly because you're usually followed by copious amounts of alcohol.
It's your home and your glasses, Tony. To whom are we toasting?
To absent friends, by the look of it. To Hank, Janet, and poor little Bruce Banner, gentlemen. Without whom, I think it's safe to say, 3 of us wouldn't be standing here this evening.
Oh my god, Jan. What have I done?